Good afternoon, thanks for joining us. And you're watching News on 2. I'm Jessica Lee. In conjunction with the Aidil-Adha celebrations, Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad joined several thousand congregants at the National Mosque in the capital to perform prayers, followed by the sacrificial ceremony. The Premier, accompanied by his wife Tun Dr. Siti Hasmah Muhammad Ali and Kedah Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Mukris Mahathir, arrived at 8 a.m. for the Aidil-Adha prayers. The chief imam of the National Mosque, Tan Sri Sheikh Ismail Muhammad, led the Aidil-Adha prayers and delivered the sermon entitled Aidil-Adha, a manifestation of surrender to the Creator. In his address, he urged Muslims to surrender to the will and plan of Allah. He also stressed on strengthening their faith as well as brotherly ties. Furthermore, they should also be prepared to sacrifice for the faith, race and nation. At the end of the prayer service, the congregants flocked to greet the Prime Minister and take photos with him. Earlier, Tun Dr. Mahathir has expressed his gratitude to the Almighty that Muslims in this country can celebrate Aidil-Adha this year in peace and harmony under the leadership of the new government. In video address over Twitter and Facebook, the Prime Minister conveyed his heartfelt message to the nation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat Hari Raya Aidil-Adha kepada semua rakyat Malaysia yang beragama Islam. Alhamdulillah, kita boleh rayakan Hari Raya Aidil-Adha ini dalam keadaan aman dan tentram, dan negara kita sekarang ini sudah tidak lagi berasa curiga terhadap kerajaan yang memerintah yang memegang kepada lunas-lunas ajaran Islam, dan kita bersyukur dengan kerananya. Saya sekali lagi ingin menyatakan kesyukuran kita kerana keadaan sudah pulih di negara kita dan kita boleh rayakan Hari Raya Aidil-Adha ini dalam keadaan aman damai.
Meanwhile, Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah has called on Muslims in Malaysia to celebrate Aidil-Adha with meaningful activities that will benefit everyone, such as maintaining the bonds of kinship and to show more concerns towards the local community. She said Aidil-Adha demanded Muslims to be mindful of their roles either as faithful servants as well as community leaders or members. Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah said everyone needs to work together to carry out their responsibilities according to their respective positions. She also urged the Muslims in this country to give more in helping those in need and to maintain their health, especially when enjoying delicious meals during the festivities. She also advised Muslims to practice moderation while enjoying the food and to be careful when driving on the road. Now, more than 2 million Muslims took part in the symbolic stoning of the devil on Tuesday in Saudi Arabia, the last major ritual of the Hajj pilgrimage that heralds the start of the Aidil-Adha feast. Muslims on the annual Hajj pilgrimage, one of the 5 pillars of Islam, made their way across the Mina Valley of the western Saudi Arabian Mecca province, many carrying pebbles in plastic bottles. Pilgrims clad in white threw 7 stones each at a pillar symbolizing Satan, shouting, "God is greatest," under the watchful eyes of security forces. Large fans sprayed water over the crowd as temperatures climbed to 44 degrees Celsius. Mina was the site of a 2015 stampede which saw more than 2,300 pilgrims crushed or suffocated to death. Authorities have since reinforced safety and security measures. The Hajj is one of the world's largest Muslim gatherings and drew this year nearly 2.4 million pilgrims to Saudi holy sites. The government has decided to cancel the Chinese-funded $20 billion East Coast Rail Link or ECRL project and the Sabah Natural Gas Pipeline Project TSGP for now. According to Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, the projects would be cancelled until such time when Malaysia can afford it.
As for me, I explained to them why we cannot have the ECRL, why we cannot have the high-speed train. It's all about borrowing too much money which we cannot afford, we cannot repay, and also because we don't need those projects for Malaysia at this moment. Maybe later on, yes, but now we don't. So our problem is how to solve our financial deficit.
During a press conference marking the end of his China trip, Tun Dr. Mahathir said the decision was disclosed to his Chinese counterpart, Premier Li Keqiang, and President Xi Jinping during their meeting. Meanwhile, he expressed his astonishment as to how 80% of the payment was made upfront, while only 13% of the project was completed. The ECRL project was the centerpiece of China's infrastructure push in Malaysia, but work has been suspended pending discussions over pricing and graft accusations. Tun Dr. Mahathir also stressed that Malaysia needs foreign direct investments or FDIs that are involved in bringing in capital, technology transfer, job creations for locals and enhancing mutual trade. Now, according to the Prime Minister, FDIs is not about buying land and setting up new cities because almost everything is brought in from outside and has negligible multiplier effects on domestic economy.
Jadi saya tekankan bahawa foreign direct investment bermakna membawa masuk modal teknologi mendiri kilang di Malaysia menggunakan tenaga orang Malaysia untuk mengeluarkan barangan untuk tempatan ataupun ekspor. Itu yang dimaksudkan dengan foreign direct investment. Dia tidak bermakna membeli tanah di Malaysia untuk mendirikan bandar-bandar baru. Itu rakyat Malaysia mempunyai kebolehan dalam bidang itu dan kita tak perlu foreign direct investment untuk bahagian itu.
Speaking to the media after wrapping up his 5-day official visit to China, Tun Dr. Mahathir added that previous FDIs have been lopsided and have not benefited the country nor the people. This happened when the previous administration had endorsed deals that had no exit clauses, so Malaysia has to pay out huge sums in compensation. The Prime Minister said the current government wants to reset these mishaps and attract FDIs that will follow the proper guidelines. Meanwhile, the Chinese government has agreed to train Malaysian professionals in the latest technology in various industries. According to Tun Dr. Mahathir, Malaysia needs to learn from China on how such a big country with 1.4 billion population can meet the needs of its people in terms of foods, technology and employment.
Mereka juga bersetuju untuk memberi latihan kepada pegawai-pegawai dan profesional kita supaya kita dapat guna cara-cara mereka bagaimana sebuah negara yang begini besar tidak menghadapi masalah kekurangan makanan. Bahkan mereka tiap tahun 15 juta pekerja akan lulus daripada universiti dan sekolah dan mereka perlu wujudkan jumlah pekerjaan sebanyak 15 juta untuk mengatasi masalah pengangguran.
During Tun Dr. Mahathir's visit to the Chinese Academy of Agricultural Sciences and the National Agricultural Science and Technology Innovation Park yesterday, he said he was impressed with the level of innovation and cutting-edge technology on display, which has helped resolve the country's food security issues. China's halal gelatin company, Guangzhou Amin Bio Halal Gelatin Company Limited, or Amin Bio, plans to invest 1.02 billion ringgit to set up a biogelatin manufacturing plant in Melaka. Entrepreneur Development Minister Muhammad Rizwan Muhammad Yusof said the plant would be the company's first factory outside of China and the largest in Southeast Asia once completed. Speaking to reporters following Muhammad Rizwan's return from China at the Kuala Lumpur International Airport, KLIA, yesterday, he said the Chinese are keen to tap the world's halal products market. Muhammad Rizwan was among several cabinet ministers who accompanied Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad on his 5-day official visit to Beijing starting August 17th. He said he had met with Amin Bayo Vice President Ayub Su last Friday, who requested Malaysia's assistance in setting up the plant. Muhammad Rizwan said phase 1 of the project would involve an estimated investment of 120 million ringgit and create about 200 jobs. In addition, he said phase 2 will see a further investment of 900 million ringgit and create another 2,000 jobs. Commenting on the outcome of Tun Dr. Mahathir's visit, Muhammad Rizwan said it was very successful and promised to enhance bilateral relations between Malaysia and China. Police have recorded Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng's statement in regards to the 19.4 billion ringgit Goods and Services Tax or GST refund trust account alleged to have gone missing during the previous government's ruling. Now, in a statement, Lim said investigation is being carried out under Section 409 of the Penal Code. On another note, Lim urged ex-Finance Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak to answer questions as to why the GST refunds were not returned to the rightful Malaysian people during his tenure. One of which includes why the former Finance Minister approved the decision allowing GST refund payments to not be paid back within 2 weeks as stipulated by the law. Moreover, Lim wants to know if Datuk Sri Najib approved former Secretary General of the Treasury Tan Sri Irwan Seriga's decision to not transfer the overall total of 82.9 billion ringgit as requested by the Customs Department. Only 63.5 billion ringgit was moved since 2015, thus resulting in a shortfall of 19.25 billion in GST refunds. Furthermore, Lim asked if Datuk Sri Najib gave the approval that the GST refunds not paid back since 2015 be recognised instead as government revenue and used as the government pleased. 121,429 companies and individuals have not been paid back a collective total of 19.4 billion ringgit GST since 2015. Former Sabah Chief Minister Tan Sri Musa Aman returned to Malaysian shores yesterday to address all outstanding issues despite health concerns. Now, in a statement by his media liaison officer Awang Faizal, he said Tan Sri Musa has given his full cooperation to authorities and will continue to do so. Tan Sri Musa is currently being examined and monitored by his team of physicians at a hospital. On behalf of Tan Sri Musa, Awang Faisal said he wishes to thank all well-wishers who have prayed for his speedy recovery. The Sungai Sibugas Assemblyman has reportedly fled to London on May 17th following a leadership crisis in Sabah. He is now wanted by the police for suspected criminal intimidation against the Sabah Yang di-Pertua Negeri during a swearing-in ceremony on May 10th and is also being investigated by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission over allegations of bribing several assemblymen. The Sultan of Johor, Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar, is enraged over false news about him on social media, asking people to avoid Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia. Now, the Johor ruler expressed his displeasure over a news report that quoted him as telling the people to avoid Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia, PPBM, which he labelled as fake. In a statement via his official Facebook page, Sultan Ibrahim decreed that any statements or news related to him or the Johor royal family will only be issued by the Royal Press Office. He also urged the police to take stern action against anyone who intentionally spread fake news or tarnish his name or the Johor royal family on social media. A rapid KL bus driver who weaved his bus through traffic and crashed into 7 vehicles in Apang, Selangor last Thursday was charged in the Kuala Lumpur's Magistrate Court for allegations of taking drugs. Now, the accused 32-year-old Muhammad Khairul Anwar Muhammad pleaded guilty after the charge against him was read before Magistrate Nur Shikin Sahad. Muhammad Khairul was charged with self-administering the drug shabu at the Narcotics Criminal Investigation Division of the Dang Wangi District Police at 7:40 p.m. on August 17th. The case is being investigated under Section 15, subsection 1A of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. If convicted, the accused will face a maximum fine of 5,000 ringgit or a prison sentence of up to 2 years. The court has yet to hand down the sentence pending a pathology report. Prosecution was led by Deputy Public Prosecutor Amirul Ashraf Abdul Rashid, who proposed bail at 7,000 ringgit with one surety. Muhammad Khairu's wife, who is the bailer, however, requested for the amount to be reduced on grounds that they had an 8-month-old child to support and she had low blood and heart problem. The court set September 24th for case mention. Now, parents bringing their children out for holidays in conjunction with the school holidays and Hari Raya Aidil Adha are strongly advised to ensure maintaining the hygiene of their families, especially children, to avoid contracting hand-foot-mouth disease or HFMD. Now, Health Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah also recommended parents to avoid crowded public areas where children may pick up a variety of germs. Furthermore, Dr. Nur Hisham urged those already infected with HFMD not to leave their home nor to mix with healthy people for fear of infecting them, thus spreading the disease. Indoor playground operators are also urged to prepare hand sanitizers at the entrance and make sure that children use it before entering and when exiting the playground. As of August 18th, a total of 53,156 cases reported this year. Cases involving deaths due to the EV71 virus remains at 2 cases, which took place in Sarawak and Pulau Pinang. Weekly cases for the period of 12th of August to 18th of August decreased by 304,000 cases, or 25.4% as compared to the previous week's total of 3,826 cases. All states nationwide have fortunately showed a reduction, with the exception of Perak, which saw an increase of HFMD cases by 28%, or 92 cases. The Health Ministry has clarified that the Made in Malaysia Dumax Mamil Gold Step 1 infant formula, which was reportedly withdrawn from the Singapore market, is not sold in the Malaysian market. Now, Health Director General Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, in a statement yesterday, said the infant formula product was produced for export to Singapore. Dr. Nur Hisham said the Health Ministry took note of the withdrawal of milk powder formula based on the report of the Agri-Food and Veterinary Authority of Singapore that the milk product was contaminated with deadly bacteria which causes the foodborne illness Chronobacter sakazaki. The infant formula product involved in the 850 grams tin with the batch number 09117R1, and the expiry date was noted as September 11, 2019. Dr. Nur Hisham added that Chronobacter sakazaki was found in the surrounding environment and can live in dry conditions such as infant milk formula. Now, even though infection is rare, but it may cause meningitis or sepsis, which can be fatal to newborn babies. According to the Health Ministry's inspections from 2015 to date, 129 samples of infant formula have been tested and results have not found any traces of Chronobacter sakazaki. The members of the public can forward their inquiries on food safety to any local health officers or departments or via the ministry's website as displayed on the screen. And coming up in the foreign segment, powerful 7.3. China's Liu Xiang set a new world record as she won the women's 50-meter backstroke gold medal on Tuesday at the 2018 Asian Games in Jakarta, Indonesia. Liu Xiang swam a world record time of 26.98 seconds at the Gelora Bung Karno Aquatic Center in Jakarta to win the women's 50-meter backstroke gold medal. 21-year-old Liu became the first woman to swim under 27 seconds in the event. She lowered the record of 27.06 seconds set by fellow Chinese swimmer Zhao Jing at the 2009 World Championships in Rome before the controversial rubberized suits were banned. Fu Yuanhui took silver in 27.68 seconds in 1-2 finish for China, and Japan's Nasumi Sakai, the 2017 World Junior Champion, won bronze in a time of 27.91 seconds. The National Women's Artistic Gymnastics squad has put up a mesmerizing performance in the qualifying round to enter the team event final at the 2018 Jakarta Palembang Asian Games. The national team was led by Farah and Abdul Hadi, with Tan Ing Yue and Tracy Ang collected 145.50 points in 4 disciplines to be placed 6th among 11 teams at Dewan D, Jakarta International Expo in Kemayoran. The four disciplines are floor exercise, vault, balance beam and uneven bars. Based on the competition format, only the best 8 teams qualify for the final. China topped the round with 166.10 points, followed by North Korea and South Korea in the second and third places with 158.5 and 155.3 points respectively. The women's team final will be held later today. Muslims nationwide celebrate Eid al-Adha in the spirit of moderation. Join us again at 5 p.m. today for more updates on the latest happenings around the world. Now, on behalf of the News on 2 team, I would like to wish all our Muslim viewers Selamat Hari Raya Eid al-Adha and happy holidays to all Malaysians. Thank you. I'm Jessica Lee. Stay tuned to TV2.